Welcome back to Basics in Biblical Hebrew. We're going to be studying the workbook for the homework in chapter 14 on the cow perfect weak verbs. This homework will be broken up into two sections. One, we will go through the parsing of the couple of exercises, and then the second session will be translation, which we'll spend more time on the actual translation of the text. So let's go ahead and get started on the parsing here. What they're asking us to do here on this first section is to actually parse the verbs, and by giving the stem, the conjugation, the person, the gender, and the number, and the lexical form in which that verb is found in. So we want to go through this here. The first one we have is alu. Alu, we understand basically, we see ayin, lamed, and then we don't have a third letter here. So usually when we don't see that third letter here, and the accent's on the last syllable, so we know it can't be a hollow middle weak. It must be a third hay verb. So this is a cow stem, perfect tense, and the shurk here tells us that it's third common plural. They went up, and it comes from the verb ayin lamed hay, Allah, to go up. Number two is advadtim. That basically the tim, the tav sagol mem safit is telling us this is second masculine plural, and the root is ayin vet dalet. So this avad is the root. So this is a cow stem, perfect tense, second masculine plural from avad. We have the next one we have, and look here on number two, you see the compound shava here, because in the second masculine plural and the second feminine plural, the accent shifts down at the end, so you have a compound shava up under the first guttural here, the ayin here. So gutturals can't take simple shavas, it can only take a compound shava, or a hatef patak is what we call it. Number three is achelu. Basically this shurk is showing you that this is third common plural. So this is a cow stem, perfect tense or perfect conjugation, third common plural from akal. Number four is halacha, and this is where we get the word halacha from in here. So the comments and the hay ending is telling us that is third feminine. So this is a cow, perfect conjugation, third feminine singular from halak, to go or to walk. Shemata, the tav in the comments are telling us that is second masculine singular from the root of shema. So this is a cow, perfect, second masculine singular verb from the root of shema, to hear or to obey or listen. Next we have here on number 6, let's go ahead and move this up a little bit here, is yatsanu. So basically we got the yod and the samik and the ayin, the aleph, showing us the three consonantal root of yatsa. So the nu, the noon, and the shurk tell us that is first common plural, we. So basically this would be basically a cow perfect, first common plural from yatsa, to go out or go forth. Number 7 is baneta. What we recognize here is the bait and the noon, and course, we have to look at, we see a tav here, and basically what happens here, this is an indication, this tav is telling us that this is actually um, possibly a third hay verb from bana, and this is third feminine singular. The tav is telling us third feminine, and comments say third feminine singular. So this is a cow stem perfect conjugation, third feminine singular from bana. Number 8, we have khatat. Khatat. This is a third aleph verb, so this is going to be quiescent. So this the reason why we have the comments under the ted here. Normally it'd be a comments patak, but since this is a third aleph, which is a weak verb, actually this is a double weak because we got a chet at the beginning and a third aleph on the end here. But this tav at the end here is telling us that this is second feminine singular. So this is a cow stem perfect conjugation second feminine singular from chata, to sin or miss the mark. Number 9 is nasati, nasati here, and so this is a third aleph verb. Again, this is a third aleph, and you're going to have the comments up under the sin here, since the aleph is quiescent here. And we notice that the Dagesh Lene is dropped off here too, because Lenes cannot come after a vowel, a vocal vowel, so that drops out. So nasati is how you pronunciate this verb. And the tav and the hirik yod is the sufformative, telling us that it is first common singular, I. So we would translate this as I lifted up, or I raised up. This would be, we would parse it as a cow perfect, first common singular from nasa, to raise up or lift up. And so number 10 is telling us that this is asita. Asita. We see two consonants here of the root, the ayin and the sin, and we know that the tav in the comments is a sufformative, so that's not the third root, third consonant in that triconsonantal root. And we know that hirik yod is not a consonant, this is actually a vowel. So this is our indicator. The hirik yod is our indicator here that this is a third hay verb. And so this would basically, this is, we would parse this as a cow stem, perfect tense, second masculine singular from asa. You did, or you made. On there. So that's how as we said before, the hirik yod is the indicator, diagnostic indicator, to tell us that this is a third hay verb here. Number 11 is ra'ata. Ra'ata. So we recognize the resh and the aleph. Again, the tav is telling us here that it was a third hay verb. The hay drops out, the tav takes its place with a comments hay ending. So formative ending here. That is telling us that that is third feminine singular for she saw, and it would be a cow perfect third feminine singular from ra'ah. All right, number 12 we have here is karata, karata, karata. Here we have, we're looking at the consonants. We've got kaf and the resh, and we have the tav here. So this tav with the dagesh forte in here is both the third consonantal root letter and the consonant for the sufformative here. That's why that dagesh forte is in there. So this is second masculine singular, And we would parse this as a cow stem, perfect conjugation, second masculine singular from karat, to cut. Karat. You cut. Number 13 is hayatha. Hayatha. Basically, again, this tav right here is telling you that this was a third hay verb, and the hay dropped out, the tav takes its place. The comments hay ending here is a third feminine singular subformative ending. So it would be she was. This is haya, which is a to be verb. So it would be a cow stem, perfect tense, third feminine singular from haya. Number 14, we have asitim. Asitim. The tim is the second masculine plural, subformative ending, you all. And we see the hierarchy out here that tells us, hey, that is a third hay verb. And so this would be a cow stem, perfect tense, second masculine plural from asa, to do or to make. Number 15 is banu. We recognize it has two consonants, bait and noon, and there's a consonant missing, so we know that basically it has to be a third hay verb here. The hay's dropped out. We know that this is a third common plural ending, the shurik on here. So this would be a cow stem, perfect tense or perfect conjugation, third common plural from bana. They built. They built is how we translate that. 16 is kala. Kala is a looks like you got the three consonantal roots. This is a third hay verb, and third hay verb here with the hay in it tells us that there is a third masculine singular subformative ending here or suffix. This is a cow stem, perfect conjugation, third masculine singular from kala, to cease or finish. Number 17 is ra'u. Ra'u. We recognize this has two consonants. There's one missing, and you got the subformative ending of a third common plural shurik here. So this must be a third hay verb. We would parse this as a cow stem, perfect conjugation, third common plural from ra'ah. The hay drops out. Okay, number 18 is halahu. Halahu. We basically are looking at the hay, the lamed, and the kaf here as the triconsonantal root. The shurik here is telling us this is a third common plural. So they walked. It would be cow, stem, perfect conjugation, third common plural from halak. Number 19 is natan. And natan, basically, we see that there's no subformative ending here, so this must be a cow stem, perfect conjugation, third masculine singular from natan. Number 20, we have shalakti. Shalakti. Here we have the shin, the lamed, and the chet is the root. Then the tav and the hirik yod is our suffix or subformative ending here. This is a first common singular subformative ending with shalak, so it's a cow perfect conjugation, first common singular from shalak. I sent, or I extend. It could even be I extended, but I sent would be the translation on that. Okay, let's go ahead and get into some inflection of some verbs here. Okay, they're telling us they want us to inflect right into Hebrew the cow perfect second masculine plural from avad. And we know the second masculine plural ending is tim, the tet, the tav, the segol, and the mem sufit here. So the accent shifts all the way to the end, so that comments reduces down to a shava, but ayans or gutturals, they can't take a simple shava. They have to take a compound shava, or what they call a hatef patak. So we have a hatef patak, avadtim. Avadtim is our word, what we write here. Set cow perfect. Third feminine singular from bachar, to choose. We would know that the third feminine singular is the comments hey ending. So we would just say bachara, bachara. The patak here under the chet reduces to a shava, or since the chet can't take a simple shava, it takes a compound shava, hatef patak, up under here. This is a hatef patak right here. Number 3 from shalak, we want the cow perfect second masculine singular, which we know is the tav in the comments ending. And so basically we would go and say shalakta, shalakta. You have the simple shava up under the chet, which is non-vocal. Gutturals can take the simple shavas, but they are non-vocal. It actually is there to stop that syllable right there. The only vocal shavas that are under gutturals are the hates, the compound shavas. Now, under number 4, we have cow perfect, third common plural of harag here. So we know that the shuruk is that which tells us third common plural. So we have haregu, haregu. Here you have the simple shava under the resh. Remember, the resh is a semi-guttural. It rejects doubling. It doesn't accept doubling of the dageshes, but it does receive the simple vocal shavas, where the other gutturals don't. Number 5 is cow perfect second feminine singular, and we know that would be just a tav with a simple shava up under it. So it would be shema'at, shema'at, shema'at. The accent's over the mem here. And so basically all you're doing is you're adding an extra I patak under the ayin. That's what we call a. You remember the ayins or the chets at the end of the word have to have a patak there, because it's called the patak furtive. It gives that ayin a sound. It gives it a sound there. And so this tav here is basically here. That is the subformative ending, the second feminine singular subformative ending, showing that she heard or she obeyed. Cow perfect, first common plural of shakak, is first common plural will be a noon, and a shuruk. That's what tells that. So we have shakaknu, shakaknu here. The noon with the shuruk here tells us that that is first common plural. The shin, the kaf, and the chet are the root. So we would we slaughtered. That's what we would do here. All right, number 7 is matzah, matzah, and this is a third aleph verb here. So what we're going to do here, we're going to write out second masculine singular is the tav and the comments up under it here. So we go masata, masata. And that dagesh lane that would normally be in that tav drops out, because this is a third aleph verb. Thus you're going to have an open syllable with the comments, so that lane drops out. Remember, dagesh lanes have to be in begagavat letters, and they cannot there cannot be a vocal vowel preceding it. If there is, then it drops out. So in this case, it drops out. Cow perfect, second feminine plural from halak. The second feminine plural is 10. Here we have the tav, the segol, and the noon safit, or final noon, and we have the the hey, the lamed, and the kaf here as the root. Halaktim, halaktin. You remember the second masculine plural and second feminine plural are the ones where the shavas go up under the first consonant, but since halak, the hey here, is a guttural, it can't take a simple shava, vocal shava, so it has to be a hatef patak, a compound shava up under it. Halaktin, or halaktin here. Now, number 9, we have sa'ak. They want us to know a cow perfect third common plural, which would be shurik. So basically, the shurik is telling us it's third common plural. So we add that to sa'ak, and we get sa'ehu. Sa'ehu. The patak reduces to a shava, which this is a guttural, so it has to be a hatef patak up under here. So we got sa'ahu. That means to cry out. They cried out. Number 10 is a cow perfect third feminine singular from chafatz. Chafatz. So we want the third feminine singular. It would be a comments hey ending, showing third feminine singular. So basically, just put a this patak reduces down to a shava, and everything remains the same. And you just add the comments hey ending. Chafesa, chafesa. That means she delighted. Number 11, we have ahav, and we want to know the cow perfect second masculine plural here. Second masculine plural ending is tim, so we would add tim onto here, and the basically the comments under the aleph reduces down to a shava or a compound shava since this is a guttural, which gives us the hatef patak, and then we have a patak up under the hay, thus we have to have a shava under the bet, and then put the subformative on here of tim. Achavtim. That means you all loved. Number 12 is sha'al, to ask. Basically, cow perfect, first common singular. So we want to put the tav and the hirik yod on the end here. And so it would be sha'alti. Sha'alti. Okay. Let's get these up here. Alright, we have sha'alti. So we're going to go to number 13. Chata. Need to know the cow perfect first common plural from chata. And first common plural would be a nu. Would be noon with a shurik on it. So we would have chatanu. Chatanu. So what we have here? Chatanu on here. So just add the nu on here, and that takes care of it. Number 14, cow perfect third common plural of ra'ah. This is a third hey verb here. So we would know that that would be just a shurik. The hey drops off, the shurik takes its place, and the comments drops out here because you have basically the comments under the resh, the ayin, and the hay drops off, and then you have a vav. You have a shurik up after the ayin here. Remember, syllables have to be consonant vowel. It has to start with a consonant and have one vowel. Consonant, and then shurik is one vowel. So that comments drops out right there. We have resh, comments, ayin, shurik. Ra'u. 15 is asa, another third hey verb. They want to know a cow perfect second masculine singular. So we know masculine singular is the tav with the comments up under it. Now, under the third hey verbs, when you get into the second persons here, the hey drops out and the hirik yod takes its place. So you have Asita. Asita. For you did or made. So that's the key to it. The Hirikyo takes the hey drops out and the Hirikyo tells. That's how you know this is a third hey verb. Number 16, we have the cow perfect second feminine singular from Allah. So we know the hey drops out. The Hirikyo takes his place with a tav there. Alit. Of course, the doggish lane drops out of both of these because it's following a vocal vowel. And that's very common in the third olives and the third hey verbs. Number 17 is actually number 16 is she or you feminine went up. Number 17 is harag. They want to know the cow perfect second masculine plural. We know second masculine plural is Tim, the tav, the segol, the tav, segol, and the mem. And you have the root of harag. Of course, the accent's down here on the end, so that comments under the hey reduces down to a shava, which is a compound shava because you have a guttural here. So you have a hatif patak here, and you have haragtim. Haragtim. The accent's down here on the syllable. Haragtim. Alright, number 18, we have shema. They want to know the cow perfect first common singular of shema. When we know that the tav, the hirik yod, is the ending here. Tav, hirik yod. And on with the shin, the mem, and the ayin. And the only thing it does here is you got that simple shava up under that guttural, stop closing this syllable, the second syllable here. So it would be shamatim, shamati, right here. All right, number 19. Let's get up at number 19 here. All right, number 19 is ra'ah, to see, and it's they want to know the cow perfect third feminine singular. So what happens is the hey drops off, the tav takes its place with a comments hey, and then you have a reduction of the comments to a shava or compound shava, which would be a hatif patak up under here. So you got the hey dropping out, tav taking its place with the comments hey, then the comments under the ayin reduces down to a compound shava. Ra'ata. Ra'ata is how she saw. Number 20, we have cow perfect third common plural from bakar. And we know that the third common plural in it is the shurik here, the u. So basically, what you're going to have is that the patak under the chet is going to reduce down to a shava or a compound shava since it's a guttural. And we get bacheru. Bacheru. They chose. Number 21 is sata. Shata. Shata. So they want to know cow perfect first common plural on this here. So the hay's going to drop out, and of course you're going to have eat the hirik yod here, and then the common plural is the noon and the shurik. So this noon and shurik tells us that this is first common plural. The hirik yod here tells us here that this is a third hey verb from shatak. Okay? I drank. Cow perfect, first common singular from haya. Again, we have the tav, the hirik yod, telling us that this is first common singular. This is a third hey verb, so hey is going to drop out, and the hirik yod is going to take its place. So it's hayiti, hayiti. I was. Number 23 is ahav. to love, and they want to know the cow perfect third feminine singular. We know that basically all you have to do in this weak verb here is add the comments hey ending to it for it to show third feminine singular. And the Paltak reduces down to a simple Shava or compound Shava since it is a guttural here. Achava, achava, ahava. Number 24 is bana, to build. We have the cow perfect third common plural. We know that that is going to be a shurik, like we have here. Hey is going to drop off, and we're going to have banu, banu, for third common plural. Alright, and we'll get down to number 25 here. We want the cow perfect second feminine plural from nasa, to lift up or raise up. We know that it is 10. So 10 is the second feminine plural. And the accent shifts here, so the comments is going to reduce here to a simple shava. And it's going to be nasatim. Nasatim. Here's how we're going to pronunciate that, and that would be that you all feminine lifted up. Okay. That takes care of basically everything we have on this here in this. And so what we want to do is go ahead and get into the translation portion here. In our next session, we'll go through the translation for this section here. Until then, we'll see you next time. Shalom.